Hi, my name is Madhav. I welcome you to the video where we will see how to create a LWC Lightning Web Component from scratch and use it in our Salesforce org. This is a beginner's illustrative video. In this example, we are planning to create a BMI calculator by writing the code in VS Code and then using it in our Salesforce org. Without wasting time, let's jump right into it. Here we can see we are taking two inputs from the user. One is weight in kgs and the second is height in meters. When we click on Calculate BMI button, the output will be seen on the screen. Let's add 65 as weight and 2 meters as height. Calculate BMI. Oops, the BMI of person is 16.25, which is less than the normal, which is 18.5. Let's start creating this component. First, we have to download VS Code. VS Code is available for both Mac and Windows operating systems. Just Google VS Code download and click on the first link. I have also included the download link in the description. Select the operating system and download. I have it installed in my system, so I won't be able to install it again, but will guide you at every step. After downloading, install the VS Code. Installation steps are easy. Now that we are done installing, let's download and install Salesforce DX CLI. Select your operating system and download. After the download is complete, we have to install it. Now let's open our VS Code and go to Extensions. Search for Salesforce Extension Pack and Salesforce CLI Integration. And install them. Since I have them installed, I don't see the install button. So now that our setup is ready, let's create a project. We can create a project by going to Manage icon on the bottom left of the screen and select the command palette. Else, you can also use a shortcut key, which is Command plus Shift plus P to open the command palette. Search, create project. We have to give it a name. Let's name it First Org. Select the location of the project where you want it to be on your computer. And create project. Now let's connect our project to the org. For this, go to command palette. Search for Authorize an org. Log in by entering username and password. And click on Allow. Come back to VS Code and now it's time for us to create LWC component. Open the command palette again by using the shortcut Command plus Shift plus P. Search for Lightning Web Component. Select Create Lightning Web Component. Name the component. In our case, we'll name it BMI calculator. Select the default directory, hit enter. This will create the LWC component. On the left, we see LWC folder and within it we have BMI calculator. It has 3 files by default. First is HTML, second is JS file and the third is meta file. Now let's start working with the HTML file. Here, we have to write the code between the predefined template tags, and now we'll add LWC component, which is the card. And also set its title. Here we'll get the value from JS file of our variable cart title. To use a variable in HTML file, we enclose the variable in curly braces. We'll define this variable in JS file in a bit. Now we'll add input component. Add label as enter weight in kgs. Type as number. And on change as on weight change. To set the value of weight variable, we'll define in JS file in a bit. Now we'll also add a class to give it better styling. For this, we'll head to LWC library and search for input. Copy and paste. Similarly, we'll do the same for our another input, which is height. Label it as enter height in meters. Next, we'll add a button. Label as calculate BMI. On click as click handler. Add the same class. Yeah, so now we'll display the output. For this, add paragraph tag, give it the same class. Add result in the curly braces. Save the file by using the shortcut Command + S. Now we are done with HTML code. Let's now open the JS file. So this is the file where we'll define the variables and methods, also perform our computations. We write the code between the curly braces. First, we'll define the cart title as BMI calculator. Now, also define variables which we used while calculating the BMI, weight and height. Our result will be stored in the variable result. Now let's define the methods we used in HTML file. The first one is on weight change. It will accept a parameter event which comes defined when we use the input. To get the value entered by the user, we'll add event.target.value. Enclose this in parse float as the input will return a string and we have to convert it to float. Finally, set it to the value of weight variable with the help of this keyword. Similarly, we'll have another method to assign the value of height given by the user. We'll copy and paste. Change the method name to onHeightChange and assign it to height variable. We add another method which will be fired when the button is clicked, and this method will calculate the BMI and set the value of result variable. Method name is clickHandler. The formula to calculate BMI is weight divided by height squared. And yes, now we have set the values of all the variables used. We will populate this value of result in the HTML file. Okay, now our work is almost done. In the last step, we will have to open the meta file. Set the isExposed to true so that we are able to use this component. Also, we have to add a tag targets. And here, we'll define where we wish to use this component. In our case, we wish to use it in app page, home page, and the records page. This can be done by using another tag target. Now that our coding part is complete, let's deploy our code to the org. This can be done by right-clicking on LWC folder and selecting Deploy Source to Org. Wait for it to deploy. So now our code is successfully deployed. Let's open the org, open Command Palette, search, open default org, select. Open the app, click on gear icon, select edit page. Lightning App Builder page is open. Under the custom components, you will find BMI calculator. Drag and drop it to the desired location. Click Save. Now go back to the app page. Here we will find our BMI calculator. We can give inputs and check the result. So yeah, it's working fine. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.